Well, thank you. That was a good memory. Well,
Thank you.
and one water board member liaison, that is you, Director Moore.
Thank you very much, President Morton. So we met on the 29th of September. A couple of modestly significant action items were approved. One is the board approved $137,000 to Wildan Financial to begin a rate study for an upcoming Prop 218 process. Of course, we are trying to put money away in reserves to be able to replace some of the now quite old infrastructure that Monterey One Water is responsible for and provides critical services to our communities from Salinas to Pacific Grove to Moss Landing. So I'm unfortunately confident that Wildan Financial will not be coming back with lower rates for us, but hopefully the rate increases won't be too terrible. We also approved a revised investment policy and some revised procurement policy thresholds for different types of solicitations. Obviously, inflation has proceeded. We need to keep up with that in terms of what solicitation thresholds require different types of solicitations for service contracts and consultants versus infrastructure construction contracts. Next meeting is on the 27th of October, which is next Monday night. I haven't seen the agenda for that yet. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Joint City District Committee.
There was a lot. Do you want me to? There was a lot. Do you want me to go over it or you want to do it?
Sure.
This is the most recent one that we just had. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I've got a lot on that. So we talked about numerous things. So the tour of the Veterans Building that happened. Let's see, we had building that's over here on the equestrian center. Are we giving that to them?
That's
or
the
what's
veterinarian's building, yeah.
Right, okay, that's the Veterans Building. So that's still up in the air, right? That
It's not a veteran. It is a half barrack building.
that's what I put old barracks on here.
It's a half barrack building that was part of the veterinary hospital.
Okay,
And it's the only set remaining of 11 created during World War II.
nice.
Okay, so that's what it is.
Okay, well,
And it's on the National Registry
Okay,
of
well-
Historic Places.
Marina.
I'm sorry, it's just
okay.
organizations that went to protect this building, and I'm trying to be respectful of their efforts too.
Okay, well,
And it's not, it's just,
no, I wrote
Not
old
a
barracks
veterans.
on, okay, so. I'm afraid to even say what.
no, go ahead.
Said
Just
now.
people were using,
They don't
he used
really
veterans and
Okay,
you
well, I
followed.
get it. I mean, protecting it, but they don't like it. They they kind of like it, but there's a lot of, it's. I mean, the consensus is they want to tear it down. So, I mean, there's a lot of money apparently that would be involved in rehabbing it. So I took it as they weren't that interested in it. So anyway, okay.
I think that's a fair assessment.
Okay, so, there's also a great, expansion of Cypress Knolls. They're wanting more, obviously that's a water, demand there. And then, they're gonna try to increase the, housing there. Instead of it being at 713 plus senior original housing, they're gonna try to make it more 1,500 to 2,000. That's the difference in why they need the increase in the water. They're also looking at a middle income, below rate market, type of housing, development. And I'm not quite sure where was that.
I don't think they have a place yet.
They don't have a place yet. Okay, so they are looking at trying to do that, which I thought would be great. there was a lot we talked about. They also are looking at possibly water for adding a really neat Asian Japanese garden next to, it would be going where the library off the other property behind the library. And it would be kind of neat, an Asian American garden. It's over 2 acres. So that's still something that they're probably gonna need to figure out how they're gonna get water for that. Right?
Yep.
Do you have anything else you want to add? Because my notes are a
Sure.
lot.
As it relates to the Asian garden.
Yeah.
The city, the county and parks is all co-located on the site, and we understand that the irrigation system is cross-plumbed, so staff is working to unwind that. Up until recently, it was looking like they were gonna have to pay capacity fees to get connected. But we have found a derelict meter that has been sitting in a meter box, waiting for somebody to connect to it on the park's property, so we can connect them up. There won't be a capacity fee and it'll solve that problem, but in that conversation, I continue to reiterate to the city that recycled water is adjacent. They should have their contractor bring recycled water to the park and deliver recycled water to the park. Or as Councilmember Biala was calculating in her head, to go up the street in front of the library to bring the main, because it's there, it's waiting. So it's a couple $100,000. So we'll see what they do, but they know that the water is cheaper than potable water and it's better for the project. Do you want me to keep going?
Yeah, you can. My note, the rest of my notes were things that you talked about, which I don't know if that you want to just say what you talked about.
Sure.
Okay.
Well, most of what I've updated this evening was that I left off the GSA. Some of our issues on the GSA, so the annual report, the DO aquifer study, and the SVB GSA projects. City has requested that district staff come and speak to the city council once a year on the GSA to give them an update. They're very curious about the deep aquifer and how it's performing and why it's performing, so we'll be doing that. We gave them an update on our CIPs that are inside the city, also Deli and Associates, but essentially inter-garrison, where we've had issues and concerns from members of the mayor's constituency. Res Road, water supply, Tate Park Lift Station, which is adjacent to the north end of the park. But the engineering teams have been trying to resolve the fact that there are a couple of manholes in the park that we don't have access to because they chose not to create the necessary roads or access points for our Vector so that we could do service on those manholes. So it was an opportunity for me to give them forewarning that there will be a relatively expensive piece of equipment that they will need to purchase for our Vector so that our guys can do the work. It will create additional burden for us. So, maybe it's a joke, but the city is creating more FTEs for the district by not helping us get the proximity to the work that we need. And then just a quick update on the Sea Haven Dunes and Marina Station to say that these developments were continuing to move forward, and really Marina Station, they've laid down roads. I mean, you guys live there, so they put down the roads, the infrastructure is moving along quite quickly. So we'll be in sections 1 and 2 here, sticks going up pretty fast. We talked about recycled water already, pure water Monterey expansion. The other things I didn't update you guys on, Fast Whisper, the fire stuff.
Right.
Garrett's working with, so he's hired. You have hired. We're hiring a fire expert to support him as we move through these months. They start preparing for bringing the modeling forward so that we can then move with O&M to try to do our test. So that's moving along. And then the power and data project. So as the board approved, the solar project here at this building is in the the last stages of design with Scudder, and we will begin work very quickly. We will be crossing a property line as we move towards the BLM building, which will have a repercussion for the district in that it will start to use some of its powers as a transmitting agency, which may cause PG&E some heartburn. But current microgrid laws and our legislation create the blanket that will allow us to, he's not coughing to make me shut up. And then lastly, we updated on the interconnection agreement and how this was good for our prospects with regard to the desal project and its eventual shutdown. Did I get them all?
I think so. The First Avenue sewer, something about.
Oh, yeah,
manholes.
First Avenue. So First Avenue sewer, the project, sorry, thank you. The 30-inch sewer main that we have been struggling with getting in the ground, Shea Homes executed it, it's done, and it's out of the city's right of way on the side of the road. So their art building project can move forward and their art walkway won't be over our pipeline, and our pipeline is now in the road.
Great.
Yeah, you know, kudos to staff for standing their ground and holding the line at 85 million, and we just got a multi-million-dollar pipe in the ground for 680,000. Win for us, win for the community. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Special Districts Associations.
Yes, I was the only director available to attend the recent Special Districts Association of Monterey County meeting, and the speaker was one of the managers from the Monterey Regional Airport to talk about this project of creating a new passenger terminal. Once this project is done, you will actually go to your airplane over actual air bridges. You will not have to walk out in the rain on a windy, blustery, rainy Monterey day carrying an umbrella. So a couple more years, they are proceeding. They have already closed off, as some of you may know, a chunk of the old long-term parking area where this new terminal is going to be going. The old terminal building will remain. They are not tearing it down. The restaurant that is on the second floor there will continue to operate in that location. But all of this allows for some compliance with more space for taxiways under FAA regulations. So overall, an improvement that the community can look forward to. And that was the gist of the meeting. Thank you.
That's great. So the MCWD Salinas Valley Basin GSA Steering Committee, we met, and they are, and I just forgot to bring my notes. Stacy, you are not the only person that's trying to do this from memory. One of the things was that we were realigning the contract between the two agencies as to the allocation of grant money. And 800,000 that the county had use of, they did not need it for the projects they were doing. So that now is being put in Marina's treasury, and we will be doing a third monitoring well.
We'll be refitting FO 10. Yes,
Refit, isn't it a monitoring well?
yes, it is.
Okay, I did get that right.
Yes.
And Patrick Breen reported that our two monitoring wells, but you commented on one, the soundproof wall on 4th Street is doing well. That's going in. And then the second one is going out in East Garrison. And it's ready to go, but it's not happening yet. I mean, they're sequentially.
So we're actually I'm speaking with Charlie this afternoon. We're gonna leapfrog that project, given the prescribed burn requirements for Brad.
Oh, right, that was the,
And so we're gonna move to FO10 first, let Majora move there, start to drill that there. As soon as they're done with that, then they'll move back over to C2 tank. That way we can stay outside the burn window. So the board will see a change order in the near future.
okay. So then we had some updates on the modeling. the model that we've all been putting, our EKI for us, Montgomery and Associates, have been putting together this model, and they've been refining this model, and there's still one area that doesn't have enough information to really show, but the model is sufficiently developed that it's reliable, is my take on that from listening to all Patrick and from the Montgomery expert. So now what does the modeling say? It says there's going to be seawater intrusion unless there's a project. And so the Salinas Valley Groundwater Basin is putting forth, staff is recommending, putting forth to its board that it use the injection only scenario as the corrective measure, which is wells, cleaning it, and then re-injecting it in the aquifer. Sounds like it cost $1 million. It costs 750 million to 1 billion.
Wow.
Is the cost estimate that on financing. But that is the only project that the staff recommending injection only scenario with refinements as the preferred approach to doing what's charged under the also about demand management measures as being a second approach. I'm sorry that I'm so fuzzy, but I'm going to tell you, the reason that I'm fuzzy is the Salinas Valley Groundwater Basin, their understanding of demand management and what pre-exists and what they think they're going to do. Those are in two different lanes. So as the representative of the board, Rem, and myself and Patrick Breen, being there and sitting at having the ability to speak to the group, is that we've already done demand management. We're already in the annexation agreement from 1996. And there are other agreements that we believe exist where other people, other entities are also already doing demand management. So the push was for this, the GSA, the Salinas Valley Groundwater Basin GSA, to really, if you're going to use that as a feasible method, you need to have the lay of the land and understand what everybody else is already contracted to do or under Title D restrictions to do, if you're going to go forward with that. That was my scope of what happened. And again, I'm sorry that my understanding level is at this playing field, but that's how it was described. Rem, do you want to add anything?
Oh, you got it. Thank you.
Okay.
It's all kind of a blur.
Okay. MCWD, we're on course. We're doing what we're supposed to be doing. Okay, so that concludes committee reports. Board member requests for future agenda items. Director Smith, anything? Dr. Moore?
I've preliminarily had a discussion with our general manager about the possibility of a future briefing, a fairly comprehensive briefing on the various forms of what I call insurance that we have. Now, I've been told some of these forms of financial protection aren't technically insurance, but nonetheless, I've asked if staff might, at some convenient time, no rush, in the future, just bring us up to date on what sorts of things we have that protect us financially from various sorts of disasters or untoward events that might occur, whether they're earthquake or storm or cyber attack, et cetera, et cetera. So that's under consideration. I'll leave it at that for unless someone on the board objects to anything comprehensive brief, I'll let staff figure that one out when they have time to do so.
Yes, sir.
Vice President Schreiner? Okay, I don't have anything to comment at the time. for future agenda items. Director comments, Director Smith? Would you like to?
I would like to, if it's okay, that we keep Patrick and his wife in prayer, because that has been heavy on my heart. And thank you, staff, for revising Derek and, for revising the Grace, funeral for us. That was great. Also I wanted to ask, I've gotten a lot of questions about the art. Just because I put it out there, a lot of artists are, when are we gonna be able, when are you guys gonna have us decorate your, anyhow, so I'm still asking about that. Other than that, happy Halloween, thank you guys. Have a wonderful Halloween.
Director Moore?
Just want to say thank you very much, staff. You've been bringing us, as we heard in the general manager's report, been bringing us tremendous amount of work that has resulted in a variety of benefits for our ratepayers, for our community. So thank you very much for that. Can't give you enough kudos to keep that going. So appreciate it very much.
Vice President Schreiner?
Yeah, so thank you to legal counsel, thank you to you and all the staff for being so well prepared. And I do want to say, I mean, I didn't say it at the time, but I do want to say I learned something new this past month. That in theory and practice are the same. But in practice, they are different, theory and practice. So it felt like when we were discussing the wording, and it's important because we have attorneys around to have it precise, but it felt to me a little bit like the theory and practice here are the same. But in the world out there, those things are all going to go into the waste truck and be handled carefully and according to the rule of law. And I have confidence in our contractors, so thank you for going through that, having the patience and having the careful eye. And it all looks really good. And I think it will be really good in the field.
Thank you. So I would second what Director Smith saying, is just all of us wishing Patrick and his wife a very speedy recovery, and that they're comfortable, they're still supported by us at MCWD in whatever way that we can offer support. Patrick's presence, he was at the last Groundwater Sustainability Agency meeting. That's the last time that I had the opportunity to see him. And he's going to be missed in his presence. Thank you, Charlie, for stepping up. I know that it's a heavy load that you're trying to grasp quickly. But you're in some very capable hands with Rem Schertzinger as our general. My personal experience, so I'm the outsider. I imagine he's even better with the insiders. So take advantage. And Derek, thank you for making the quick changes. I know that it's that the work product that you work hard on, and it's very, very good. And then someone comes along and reads it with a different lens. But again, it's the collective voice of all of us and our inputs in reading it from different perspectives where you see different things. So your patience with making last minute changes, thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Schertzinger and Mr. Hobbs, our counsel, for making sure that we also are doing what's right up here. It was very nice to spend a relaxing lunchtime with everybody, all of staff, 52 people. Run one, so
Yeah.
he did, and I will say, the hat, they had to expand it to get it around his head.
It's so swollen.
So swollen.
Oh my gosh.
There he is. But it is, that has been an annual event, and it is that event where everybody comes together and all of you interrelate together. And again, I know I talk about it, but I'm always impressed upon the teamwork and the camaraderie that it shows in the work product that all of you put forth, but it also shows in your interrelationships with each other as individuals and people. It's a pleasure to see this organization and to be a part of it. So that's my comment. And with that, we're adjourned. We'll see everybody Monday, November 17th at 6 p.m.
And